Welcome everybody! How is everybody doing? Today we are here for Tarot and Oracle, and that's it. So if you guys are new to me, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I just said we're here for Tarot and Oracle today. We're gonna see what kind of messages want to guide us for the next few days. How today is going to work, I am first going to pull a tarot card to see how the deck wants to guide our reading today. This is a reading that can apply to any person for any situation at any time. So let's go ahead and send our energy into the tarot deck that is in my hand. We're going to use the Light Seer's Tarot. Again, I really like this deck. And let's ask, which tarot card would like to guide us to the messages that our highest selves are asking to hear today? And let's see what comes out. Let's see which tarot card would like to guide us today. 3 is too many. I would like 1. I can go with 2. All right. We have 1 card. I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see. Oh, why is it reversed? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so the Strength card is what came out for us in order to flavor this reading, and we asked what message our higher self would like to hear. So the Strength card, it's the card of Leo. It is a major arcana card, so when I see major arcana cards, it's like the deck is saying, like, listen up. This is a big message. This means something. The Strength card is about embodying your deepest inner strength. This is calm, quiet confidence. This is not the domineering lion that has to roar and show his teeth to everyone. This is a calm strength that is calm enough to be with the lamb. So our higher self is trying to show us something that is strong within us that we haven't known about. So I would like to ask the question, how do I phrase it? I want to ask about, like, what kind of inner strength do we have that we are not aware of? What is an inner strength that we possess that we are not aware of? And let's see which deck wants to tell us about inner strength. You know, it feels right. Okay, so I have another deck. I've never used this deck on Insight Timer. And to be honest, I use this deck daily for a couple weeks, and it wasn't my favorite thing, and I've been waiting for the right time to bring it here. So this is an Animal Guides deck. This is a tarot deck, but I'm going to use it as if it's an oracle deck, and I'm just going to read the descriptions. And I'm going to be pretty honest here. Radley Valentine, he's a well-known oracle author. He has quite a few decks out there. And something about the way that he interprets the tarot cards does not align with the way that I interpret tarot cards. So that's why I'm going to use this like an oracle deck, and I'm just going to read his descriptions. In this deck, each of the tarot cards has an animal correlation. So something about this just feels right. This is the Animal Guides Tarot by Radley Valentine, and we are asking, what is an inner strength that we possess that we are not aware of? So feel free to send your energy into the deck that is in my hands, and we're going to ask for 3 cards to come out, letting us know about some inner strengths that we're not aware of. It's beautiful to see other people's interpretations and see how they differ from yours, right? I was just talking to a client yesterday about learning astrology because she's trying to do like the self-taught thing, which is how I learned astrology. And she was asking about how you build your intuition. Like, how do you know when someone says that they have Taurus rules their 5th house? Like, how do you do it so fast? And I was telling her that I just kind of built up my knowledge bank by looking at what a whole bunch of random people were saying about different astrology topics. Some things jived, a lot of things didn't. So I just kept reading, kept researching, and I would kind of pick out keywords for each astrology term. And so when something comes up, right, my example was when Taurus comes up, my brain just says resources or values or something like real quick. So I kind of did the same thing with tarot, right? A card comes out and I'm like, ooh, this is the keyword. And then I start talking and then more comes of that. And this deck doesn't do that same thing, but whatever, let's go with it. Well, we have 3 cards that are showing us some inner strengths that we possess that we might not be aware of. I wanted to say also it came up, it might not necessarily be an inner strength that you're not aware of, but this could be an inner strength that wants to be highlighted right now. If there is a situation right now that you feel maybe insecure, like, I really want this thing, but I don't know how I'm going to manifest it. I really want this resolution, but I have no idea how I'm going to make it happen. This reading could be showing you an inner strength that you possess that you can use in order to create whatever you want right now. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. Okay, so card number 1, an inner strength that we possess that we might not be aware of, or an inner strength that wants to be called upon right now. This is card number 15, Ego. It's a Siamese cat. So in this deck, this is also a major arcana. In the traditional tarot, card 15 is the devil. The devil, to me, the tagline that comes up for devil is F around and find out. Like, just go play with your desires and see what happens. This says, you may feel that you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. Siamese cat represents dependence upon others, being very vocal, fear and worry about having one's needs met. The ego card indicates a false sense of entrapment that may come from being overly focused upon material things. A frantic desire to accumulate wealth or a lack mentality can ensure you are in a state of fear or worry. You may then repeatedly verbalize those negative emotions, therefore creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. The Siamese cat asks you to let go of guilt and to have compassion for yourself and others. Free yourself from the mistaken notion that your life isn't your own. Shift from neediness to self-care. Referred to as the Royal Cats of Siam, the country now known as Thailand, or sometimes Royal Points, Siamese were at one time so revered that only royalty was allowed to own them. Siamese cats are charming animals, however. They are a little more demanding than other cat breeds. They're usually very loving and playful, but also quite loud about communicating their desires, with a vocalization that mimics the sound of a baby crying. While all cats have a tendency toward independence, 2 Siamese traits make them more reliant upon their humans. The pale color of their coat provides poor camouflage, and their eyes lack the night vision of other cats. Having once been more at the mercy of predators than other breeds, the Siamese cat may be telling you that your fears are holding you back in an unnecessary way. Free yourself from insecurities by asking for support from the angels and compassionate people. So this is an interesting card that's pretty much saying, like, it's okay to be taken care of. It's okay to admit that you are not fully capable, right? Your skin might be a little bit too white, so you can't blend in as much as you want to, right? Your eyes may not be able to see at night, so you might need some guidance while you're moving through the darkness. So what is an inner strength that we're not aware of? The ability to surrender to support. The ability to surrender to support. That is an inner strength. Think about how many people in your life you try to offer assistance and they're immediately putting their hand out like, nope, I got it. I don't need help. I'm hyper independent. This is a trauma response from my childhood and I got it. I don't want any help. I myself am guilty of that a lot of the time. And I'm finding that the more you are able to soften and surrender and say, okay, I'm not at my best right now. I need help in order to get where I want to go, Being able to admit and accept that you need assistance is a strength that not everyone possesses. However, right now, you do possess the strength to speak up and say, hey, this is what I need help with. And it doesn't mean that you have to demand that exact type of assistance from one exact person in your life. That this is universal speaking, saying, all right, universe, I need help with my living situation, right? I have 2 weeks left on this lease and I don't know where the hell I'm gonna go. Universe, I need help. Please send me support. And then you sit back and you receive. This isn't about saying, I live with this person and this person must provide X, Y, and Z for me or else. This is a larger universal admittance of, I need assistance with this. I'm going to open my hand and see what shows up. Well, let's see what card number 2 wants to tell us about an inner strength that we possess that we might not be aware of. Card number 2 is a court card. Card number 2 is the Knight of Earth, and this is the Seahorse message. This card says trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. So an inner strength that we possess from Seahorse, going about things with an abundance of caution and patience, dedication to a cause, being watched over and protected. The message of this card is twofold. First, it indicates the need to make a very detailed plan before moving forward. Second, once a plan is in place, it asks you to take immediate action to get as much accomplished as possible. Which part of the message is intended for you depends on where you are in your process. If your plan of action is vague or non-existent, the Seahorse asks you to take no action until you have one. If you already have the plan, then you are effectively being told, get busy now. It's important to have an eye for details and to put other people first. The Seahorse can represent a person who is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. He's also always prepared. If he comes in to help with your project, you can expect it to go flawlessly. He's no stranger to hard work and getting things done. However, he doesn't race to the finish line. He takes his time in order to make sure everything is perfect. Because of that, he's probably not the right guy for you if you're in a rush. Consider asking the thoroughbred horse, the Knight of Air in this deck. However, if you have time and want everything just so, he's your man. Seahorses have been around for millions of years, yet have changed very little. They're slow swimmers and camouflage themselves among seaweed and coral, reflecting the dependability and caution aspect of this card. Another fascinating fact about seahorses is that the males gestate and give birth to the babies. Hence, they symbolize excellent fathers, as well as alternative roles such as stay-at-home dads and working moms. Seahorses have an exoskeleton, a bony skeleton on the outside of the body, which symbolizes protection, much like how your guardian angels surround and protect you. So an inner strength that you possess that you might not be aware of, I believe is your own seahorse energy. It's your own dependable, reliable, dedicated, there's a word that I'm waiting for. It's on the tip of my tongue. Your own dependable energy that you know can play the slow game. You have this inner strength of once you realize what you want, once you get clear on what you want, you have it in you to take one small step at a time. I'm feeling very Capricorn energy from this card. The Knight of Earth would be fire of earth. So this is just this slow burn. You have it in you to play the long game, to have the slow burn. This could also be, playing off of card number 1, this could also be the inner strength to let someone come in and support you who is this type of person. I'm thinking personally, I am a fireball. I just want everything right now, and I will go until I burn myself out. But if I can have someone in my life who slows my burn, who allows me to let my fire last a little bit longer, then I can move mountains. But if I try to do it all by myself, ego card number 1, I'm going to burn out. So the inner strength can be allowing someone in who slows you down. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. My ego hates that. But the inner strength, we're talking about inner strength. It could be that you have this slow burn, or that you're able to allow people in who slow your burn to let your flame last longer. I also want to point out that this card is saying if you do have a plan, it's time to act. If you don't have a plan, it's time to make a plan. And what I wanted to say about that, okay, so we're talking about inner strength, quiet strength, calm strength. A lot of us can go into analysis paralysis, right? I often feel, this is a personal example, I often feel like I don't know what I want. I notice myself when I'm pulling cards for myself, I'm usually asking my cards, like, help me get clear on what I want. What is it I want? Clarity? What am I actually reaching for? And I think I'm trying to get too many details. So if you're in that situation right now, do I know what I want? I don't know if I know what I want. If you have an idea, if you can visualize, if you can write a story about a day in the life of what you desire, I would say that you know what you want. And it doesn't mean that you have to know the specifics of how you're going to get there. That's what magic is here for. That's what the universe is here for. That's what all this energy around you, all of your angels, right? That's what they're all here for, is to figure out the how. Your job is to say, this is what I want, and hang on to it loosely, hold on loosely, right? Maybe listen to 38 Special to remember how to hold on loosely. But if you move towards that direction, it's okay to change your goalpost as well. If you hang on with white knuckles to exactly what it is that you want, you could be holding yourself back from better things that are trying to make their way to you. All right, let's move on to card number 3. Another inner strength that we possess that we might not be aware of. Card number 3 is card number 3. It's the Empress. And in this deck, it's represented by the Angora rabbit. And if I am correct, this is a very large rabbit. The card says, time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. Time to take action, abundance and prosperity, pregnancy, creativity, starting something new. The Angora rabbit follows the owl in this deck. The owl represents the high priestess, and this happens for a reason. While the owl asks us to sit quietly and meditate upon what it is we want to create, the Angora rabbit says, okay, that's enough thinking. Time to hop to it. It's a period of great creativity, prosperity, and the excitement of new endeavors. Have faith in yourself because you are ready to do something amazing. When rabbits decide to get moving, they go from standing utterly still to bounding in the direction of their desires. After your quiet time of patience with the owl in the last card, it's your turn to go from stillness to rapid movement. Where do you want to go? Take a leap. What do you want to do? Jump in with both feet. Now is the time. Rabbits are linked with creativity and fertility. This can signal an actual pregnancy, or perhaps you're just giving life to a new project. Your, quote, baby might be the book you've been writing, the spiritual career you've started, or anything that has captured your heart. Visiting this bunny is a dragonfly, a creature associated with magic. This shows that the influence of the unicorn in this deck is the Magician card, card number 1. The influence of the unicorn is still present. Not only can you do anything, but you're also closing the distance to your goals with each step you take. So before I dive into the Empress, if this is not a financial abundance reading, I don't know what else it is, a material abundance, whatever you want, you have the inner strength to create it. My goodness. Card number 3 is letting us know that you have the intuitive hunch to when it's time to jump. You have your plan, you've created your plan, and if you haven't, then you're working on step 2 of creating your plan with the Knight of Earth. But once you know what you want, trust that you have the strength to leap in the direction of your desire. And now this doesn't mean that you have to leap to the end point. You think this giant fat rabbit can jump from A to Z in one jump? No. But it's time to jump down the path because one step is going to create the next step and the next step and the next step. So an inner strength that you possess that you might not be aware of is the power of your movement, the power of your forward movement. Once you start moving in that direction, it's going to be a wildfire. As long as you make sure to, Knight of Earth, go at a steady pace. Right? If you try to jump from point A to point Z, you're probably going to burn out real quick. So make sure to slow yourself down with the Knight of Earth. And likewise, let's bring back card number 1, the Ego card, that tells us it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to do it all alone. That's the beauty of community. You have certain unique talents. Other people in this world have certain unique talents. So call them into your life to create this massive, beautiful creation that the Angora rabbit tells you that you are able to create. If you guys have been enjoying today's reading so far, if you have gotten any insights, if you'd like to give back in an exchange of energy, donations are always super, super appreciated. Work, rest, and play. Stay in balance. Yeah, don't forget the playfulness. Don't forget the playfulness. This Knight of Earth brought the funny energy as well. This isn't someone who's stressing out, who's thinking like, oh, what do I have to do today? Okay, I only made two steps forward yesterday, so today I gotta make 18 steps forward. Knight of Earth has a sense of humor. I'm gonna play with it. It's okay. We're moving forward. Have fun while you're moving forward because it's gonna keep coming. Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for your support. Bye now.